I can't really make any sense of it. Let's get it to 589. And what do we have? We're right there, 591. Okay, that's 812% beyond the top of this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And today we're going to dive into this chart and set out every single realistic price target that I can come up with. And then we will all decide, hey, is 500 and above even realistic? We will see. Now, I know that the sentiment out there isn't the greatest with how deep into a bear market we are, but it's important to remain optimistic and keep your eye on the prize of what we are all here for, and that is for much higher prices. Let me say this first. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not investment advice, and you should consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Okay, now that that's out of the way, right now is one of the greatest buy opportunities possible, right? And so if you think the prices are going to go much higher, right now is the buy opportunity. So I know that the sentiment is really low right now. I could see that in the comments of my videos. I could see that all over Twitter, and I could see that on the fear and greed index that we've been sitting in fear for a long time. I was looking back on it, and it's like since August, we've had like maybe 1 week where we weren't in fear. Otherwise, we've been in fear since August. So people are beaten down right now. And I know that when these types of videos come out, I'll get a lot of the, hey, no, XRP is going to 2 cents. No, XRP is going to 8 cents. No, it's dead. It's an S coin. I feel that it's important to keep morale up, and this is real. This is the realistic targets that I have and where I will take a small amount of profit along the way at these specific points. So we're going to go through. I'm going to show you exactly how I get every single price target. I'm going to show you the only way that I can make a price target above 500 using technical analysis. And then you can decide whether or not you think that's realistic or not realistic. It's up to the beholder. And I hope that you guys have noticed something different on my screen. I have zoomed in to make it so that these are a little bit easier to read. This is about as far in as I can go and still be able to keep enough room to work on the chart. So it used to look like this. Now we're in like this. So hopefully that is better for you guys and you can read it a little bit better. So our very first target is we're going to take a look at the past. So right here, we have a 95% pull down in XRP, and in the past, we did a 95% pull down in XRP. So we're just going to copy the past correction, and we're going to paste it over here on top. And we can see that I'm gonna be really fine on this, go through it with a fine tooth comb to make sure that we get every single detail perfect. Okay, we'll use that right there, and we will say that, hey, after we came down and did a 95% correction in the past, we retraced all the way up this high. So at $1.73, so anywhere from $1.50 to $1.75, somewhere in that region is the very first place, the first area of interest. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that off the screen. If we still have this whole long thing to go right here for years to come, well, I would think that we probably will get up to here first, and that would be this zone right here, about $1.55 to $1.75. That is the first place where I will sell a small amount. I'm talking small, but it's enough to help me achieve a specific life goal that I have. So I will sell a very small amount right there. The next target that I've got is based on Fibonacci retracement. You guys have heard me talk about it many times. I love Fibonacci retracement, and I specifically love the 0.702 retrace. So if we measure the very top of the bull market to the very bottom of the bear market, we have a Fibonacci retrace of 0.702 comes in at $2.75. That is the second big area of interest for me. Once again, a very small amount I will sell. Now, why would I do that? Why would I, and just so you know, I do expect the price to come way up here, but why would I sell any right here, even though I expect the price to come right up here? Well, the thing is, I can't predict the future in regards to time. I do not know if the price is going to come up here, come back down here, and then go like that, like it did back here in the past, right? So what if it does have to do another 2.5 years of a consolidation before we do finally get the bull run? Well, I've got life goals I would like to achieve with it before 2.5 years from right now. So from a risk management perspective, I am willing to sell a very small amount in order to fund those things. And if it keeps going up, well, hey, that's absolutely incredible too, because the majority of my stack will still be in the game. But this will refund me every dollar I've ever put into XRP. So I will get all of my money back. Plus, I will be able to fund some things in my life. That sounds like a win-win to me, and that's where my expectation is going to be. Okay, I'm going to get rid of those things, and we're going to move back over here and take a look. We have two different targets now. We have this target set right there, and then we have a 0.702 retrace right here. Now, you would probably think that, hey, I'm going to be selling at the all-time high, but I'm not. But that is an area that people might find interesting, is right here at the previous all-time high. And it very well could get rejected right there. We don't know. But I personally will not be selling there. People do need to know that is a level. That is an interesting level right there in the $3.30 to $3.90 area, that there could be heavy resistance there because we've seen heavy resistance in the past. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting. Once we get beyond the all-time high, I see clear skies. And that's where people tend to get really greedy, is when they see the clear skies. They look over here to the left of a chart and they see absolutely no resistance anywhere. And they can assume that this thing can literally go on forever and will set price targets of $50,000, whatever. Believe me, when the day comes, it will. They will be doing it. The price targets will get insane because they just see no resistance anywhere. However, there is resistance because there are people who are going to take profit, and they have measurement tools on where they want to take profit at. And they particularly use Fibonacci retracement and Fibonacci extensions, and so will I. The first level is going to be when we measure the top of the bull market to the bottom of the bear market, and we go out a 4.236 Fibonacci extension level. And this brings you into the $13 to $15 range. Now, it's very difficult to pinpoint exactly where that's going to be. It could be a much wider range from $12 to $16. That's because it varies on exchanges of where the actual top was. On this chart I'm looking at right here, it's got it about $13.50 to $13.80. Some charts have it at it has it at $3.30 to $3.80. Some charts have it at $3.50, some at $3.60, some at $3.20. It just depends. So we don't have the exact measurement right now. But when this thing starts to really play out, we will start to see reaction levels, and we'll be able to refit this once we have the actual data to use. So we will be able to adjust this when time happens, because we will see big knockdowns in specific points, and then we can readjust this later. So as of right now, this is what we have to use, is this broader kind of range area of $12 to $16. The next level is going to be way up. Actually, we're going to step back here. We're going to move on from Fibonacci's and come back to them again later, because now what we're going to do is we're going to copy the previous fractal again. We'll take a look right here and copy it. And we say, okay, well, we had this big of a pullback here, and we've got it right here. Let's zoom in. So in the last bear market, we pulled all the way down to here. We've pulled down to the exact same level. If we set our bullish targets, then our bullish targets would be right there and right there. We have a target of the $24 to $27 range, and then another target in the $225 to $250 range. We'll kind of tighten that up a little bit and bring it down a little. Next, we take a look at this move right here. So we see that we did a move on XRP where we measured from the 0.236 at the top of this peak down to 0 here, and we came up and touched the extreme top at 4.236 perfectly. So if we replicate that here, 0.236 right here at the top, 0 down here at the bottom, the 4.236 extension takes us up to $66. Once again, this is going to be a range again. So I'm going to put the range between $50 and $68 for the 4.236 extension in this measurement mode, which is the same as this. All right, so we've got quite a few targets already outlined here. Lastly, none of these targets obviously are taking us to above $500, right? Even in the best case scenario right here on this one, it doesn't take us above $235. So is $500 even possible? Well, there's really only one way I can make that work with this chart. And bear with me, we're going to have to do some fractal stretching. So we're going to take this fractal that we have right here and we're going to stretch it out to meet the difference of these two. And hear me out, watch until I complete this before you get too excited over it or before you start knocking me for it, and you'll see why it potentially has potential. So let's really stretch this out, and there we have it. That is pretty close. So we've got the very top here, we've got the very bottom here, and then we come out like this, and then it does stretch us above there. So why would this have any validity to it or even be possible? Here's how I see the potential for it. Now, what you would have to do is you'd have to measure out your Fibonacci's right here, right? So we've done this in the past. It's how we came up with one of our targets, and we measure it like this. Now, what's interesting about this is when we have it stretched out just like this fractal does take us up to exactly the tip top of this 4.236, and look, it dings it perfectly. And I'll zoom in a little bit more and get you right there, real close to it. It perfectly nails it right there. So, all right. Then we go back into the past and we say, okay, well, let's look at this one, right? So when we reached out and we dinged this target perfectly right there, we dinged it completely perfect. We came back and then we fired up again one more time, right? So we fired up to here after nailing this 4.236, and we went up an additional 773%, somewhere around there, 770 to 790%. So if we go to 770 to 790% more, that gets us right up here. Now, this is my best estimate on how the $589 price prediction has ever come into fruition. Otherwise, I can't really make any sense of it. Let's get it to 589. And what do we have? We're right there, 591. Okay, that's 812% beyond the top of this, right? Let's see if that's true. Oh, wait, we can scoot it up just a little bit. There we go. 804%. Right there, 800% beyond the top, and that gets us to 589. Is $500 plus possible? That's going to be up to you to decide. Do you think that this setup has validity to it? The fact that it does reach out to this target perfectly, and then it does have the extension above like this one does, that's going to kind of be your decision to make. But I do want to at least show it to you that it's there. So let me get rid of everything on this chart. And there you have it. Every single price target that I can come up with realistically. And I'm going to go ahead and put little marks in each of these, and hopefully it marks it up here for us. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And if you notice, I am putting them on the bottom side of that range every time, because what would happen if it got up to the range and got rejected at the very bottom of it and you didn't do anything about it? So I've marked the bottom side of the range for all of these, and it's got $1.69, $2.72, $3.78, $12.92, $25.67, $51.73, $201, and $5.16. So now here's the deal. So like I said, I'm going to be taking profits along the way. It's not like I'm going to be selling 50% of my stack when we get here or 50% here. I mean, it's going to be small amounts getting our way up there, and I'm going to continue to leave some in there for the long term. And in the long term, when these prices get hit, or if it happens in the short term, I will also sell some there. So I just want to make sure that I'm not sitting here and I'm going to hold my whole stack all the way to $500 plus. No way. I'm going to enjoy life along the way because the risk of holding until the very end is so, in my mind, crazy. So if you've made it this far in the video, holy moly, that's amazing. Thank you so much. If you could, please like this video. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, the sentiment is so down right now that the comment section is just, you have to have the thickest skin as a content creator to dig down in there and see the things that people are writing, and the likes are just harder and harder to get. So if you guys could please thumbs up this video, leave a comment below. As always, the most important thing is just thank you so much for watching my videos. And if you ever want to just support the channel, you can take a look in the description of my video. I do have links to Amazon, affiliate links for the products that I use for all my charting and computer setups. If you ever want to see exactly what my office looks like, that's the stuff that I use. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.